What's going on, everybody? I'm Christian Johnson, and this is A Christian Perspective. And today I want to talk about the nature of sin. Sin is something that we all deal with. It's something that we all struggle with. But I feel like we as humans sometimes have a skewed perspective about what it really is and what it really means when God is asking us not to sin. Oftentimes we look at it as if God is trying to set these limitations on us, or as if he's trying to separate us from our actual nature. But the truth is, God created us perfect. He created us with no knowledge of sin, no knowledge of evil. If you look in the book of Genesis with Adam and Eve, the only thing they knew not to do was to not eat from the fruit. And after that fruit, though, it opened up a wealth of knowledge of sin that we were not ready for and that we were not able to handle. As you can see today, we still can't handle it. We still struggle with it. So it was something that we opened ourselves up to, that God gave us the choice to have, but now it's our struggle to bear. But even with that, God always gives us a way of escape. But in the beginning, of course, when God was created, when God was, alone, and before he even created mankind, before he created angels, he was, he is, and he will forever be. So the standard was set then. It wasn't that he created man, then sin came, then he created the standard. No, before anything else ever was, the standard was already set. God's perfection, God's righteousness. He is who he is. Now, when Satan fell and got kicked out of heaven, his sole mission was to separate mankind from God. And what better way to do that than to clothe mankind in the very thing that God is allergic to? So I'm saying allergic because that's how I want you to view sin, is that it's literally something that God cannot be around, that he cannot be in the same room as, and it can't be in his presence. So when God is asking us not to sin, it's not because he's trying to be mean and he wants to send us to hell. He's telling you, if you want to be here with me, you have to let go of this, because this cannot come in. You're fine. You're my creation. You are my love. You are my heart. You are the apple of my eye. You are welcome into heaven. But this other mess here, all of this sin, all of this dirtiness, all this nastiness, leave the muddy shoes at the door. leave the coat outside. That can't come in here. It's something that I'm allergic to. It's something that I can't be around. So that's how I want you to view sin. It's not something that God is just trying to, he sees your faults, he sees your issues, and it's like, oh, that's a problem now. Oh no, now that's a sin. No. Satan literally created the opposite of what God is, knowing that it could not enter into his presence. So don't look at Satan as your friend, because as some people do. He's not. God is the one that loves you. He is your loving father. He's not some ruthless dictator that hates you and is trying to imprison you, but he wants you to be set free, which is why even after we fell and after we couldn't keep ourselves, he sent a redeemer in the form of his son, Jesus Christ, that now he can clothe us in his blood, and now he can wash away the effects of all of the allergy that God has to that. And now he can reunite us with the Father, because it's all washed away and it's gone and it's separate from us. So understand, the Father wants you to come back into the house, but you've got to leave those things at the door. So prayerfully, this helps you with your walk with Christ, and or even pushes you to start one. But we've got to change your perspective about sin and understand that God is all knowing. And regardless of your feelings, he is the Alpha and the Omega. So what he says, it goes, regardless of your friends, regardless of your family, regardless of the government. It don't matter. God is God, and his final word is the final say. So just keep that in mind as you go throughout your life. I'm Christian Johnson, and this has been A Christian Perspective. Be blessed.